This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. There's a lot of talk right now about Donald Trump having just golfed in the midst of the numbers we're facing with coronavirus. And I want to talk about it, not because I think it's important that Donald Trump golfed or that it's a problem that Donald Trump golfed on its face. I don't believe it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem for presidents to golf. If you're doing your job right as president of the United States, it's a stressful job. They need a release. They need a way to decompress, to de-stress themselves, if you will. Because you don't want a buildup of anxiety or just common stressors that come along with very important high-pressure jobs. So I'm not going to complain on the face of it that Donald Trump golfs when there are so many things that need addressing right now. What I want to address, and this is what I think we should all keep our eye on the ball about, is the rank hypocrisy coming from Republicans, from Donald Trump himself, and of course from Fox News. And we should no longer take their word for anything. And this isn't the straw that broke the camel's back. That happened a long, long time ago. But the days are over that their word is credible at all. They've been long, long gone. Let's start with Donald Trump's credibility on this matter, because he bitched and complained and whined and sniveled like a little brat about Obama's golfing for years and years and years in the midst of his racism about his birther conspiracy. In October 2014, Donald Trump tweeted, "Can you believe that? With all the problems and difficulties facing the U.S., President Obama spent the day playing golf. Worse than Carter." And here we are, and we know how many times Donald Trump has played golf and visited his Trump-branded golf properties. We'll get to that. Here's another one from October. Same month, same year, in the midst of birtherism. President Obama has a major meeting on the New York City Ebola outbreak with people flying in from all over the country, but decided to play golf. Remember the Ebola epidemic that I think 2 people in the United States died? And I think they were healthcare workers or related to healthcare workers. 2 people, I believe the number was. It certainly wasn't 100,000 Trump-related deaths in this pandemic. It certainly wasn't that number. When you watch this, which will be Memorial Day, today is Sunday, and we're right now, we'll just look at the number. In fact, let's be accurate about it. Let's not be sensationalist about it. Right now, the confirmed case count, 1,635,192 confirmed positive cases of COVID-19. And the U.S. death count, confirmed death count, 97,495 Americans. The magnitude of death and destruction is incomprehensible, especially related to what we went through when Ebola was around and Donald Trump is golfing. So it's either a problem or it's not. I don't believe it is, but Republicans believe it's a problem when you're a black president. But when you're a white president, you have at it. You gotta golf. You gotta golf. It's very important. My issue, though, like I've said, is the hypocrisy of it. During the campaign, Donald Trump said all kinds of stuff about he's not going to have any time to golf. He's going to be so busy making great deals. He's going to be making sure that we're winning so much that he's not even going to have time to leave the White House. Here's a little compilation that CNN put together of some of those moments.
Because I'm going to be working for you. I'm not going to have time to go play golf, and believe me.
I love golf. I think it's one of the greats, but I don't have time. 250 rounds. That's more than a guy who plays on the PGA Tour plays.
Obama ought to get off the golf course and get down there.
Everything's executive order because he doesn't have enough time because he's playing so much golf. He doesn't have enough time to convince Congress to do it. So I have the greatest stuff. But you know what? And I love golf. But if I were in the White House, I don't think I'd ever see Turnberry again. I just want to stay in the White House and work my ass off.
And if all that was true, then how is it that Donald Trump has had time to visit his Trump-branded golf properties 251 times in only his first term? In one term in office, he has already visited his Trump golf properties over 250 times. And while he sits over a number of almost 100,000 Americans dead in what could have been preventable. The study that just came out that said that if we had implemented stay-at-home orders 1 week earlier, we could have saved 30,000 lives. But because Donald Trump and his administration dragged their feet like lazy idiots, this is where we are. The Washington Post has done an analysis that Donald Trump has spent 1/3 of his time in office. Nearly 1/3 of his time in office has been spent at his own Trump-branded golf properties. But Obama golfed a few times, and that's a problem. Come on. Fox News has been in the business of shaming Obama for years and years and years. Watch this from Greg Gutfeld, the historically unfunny little troll from Fox News. Watch him talking about how Obama's golfing is a compulsion. He's presenting it as though it's an illness, a sickness that Obama has, where he has this compulsive need to golf. Keep in mind, now, with Donald Trump, who really does golf a lot, it's crickets. It is silence from these hypocrites over at Fox News. Watch this.
When someone has a problem, and it's someone you care about, you should confront him. You've got to sit him down and say, this is serious. President Obama, you have a problem. Not with drugs or women or booze. It's worse. You have a problem with golf, and it's getting weird. Even for me, I never once cared, but now it's strange. Think about it. You played golf after that press conference, after an appalling terrorist act. How is that possible? I have no problems with vacations and have grown to like your aloof take on our country's decline. I know you can't change, but now something is wrong. You have a problem. You can't see it, but it's there. We all see it now. Golf is your Lewinsky. It's your bimbo eruption. It's your blue dress. It's your compulsion that blinds you to the hell unfolding around you. How much of it occupies your head? How much time do you think about golf? Do you find yourself promising you'll cut back? Do you find your life empty if you don't have a round on the horizon? Do you see golf as your oasis in a world far beneath you? Look, we all have compulsions, and golf hurts no one. It's legal and relaxing. But for God's sake, man, it's time to lead. Plot a course instead of walking one. Show some drive instead of making one. After an American is beheaded, no president should be heading to the course.
Shameless. Shameless that they are in an operation of lies over at Fox News. I mean, the tan suit and the golfing, all these non-issues. Hypocrisy. That is the problem, not the golfing. Keep your eye on the ball. His now press secretary, she was in on the game early on. Here's a clip of her putting on President Obama that he went golfing after journalist Daniel Pearl died at the hands of terrorists. Watch this.
You had President Obama, who after I believe it was the beheading of Daniel Pearl, spoke to how upset he was about that, then rushed off to a golf game. I think when we're in a state of war, when we're in a state of mourning, you should take time off from the golf course.
She's now the White House press secretary for Donald Trump. The sickening thing about this is that Daniel Pearl was murdered brutally, sadly, tragically murdered by terrorists in 2002. Barack Obama was not president of the United States in 2002. Barack Obama wasn't even in the United States Senate in 2002. Barack Obama was a state senator for Illinois in 2002. They are liars. They are hypocrites. They are trash. They are human garbage. Watch this is another one. This is another one where Kayleigh McEnany is complaining about Obama golfing while there were floods in Louisiana.
Yes, he
Donald
did.
Trump was more of a commander-in-chief today than our own commander-in-chief. You have the Baton Rouge Advocate saying what the optics are of Barack Obama playing golf while people are standing in floodwater, drowning in floodwater in Louisiana. 13 dead, 30,000 homes destroyed. And where's Barack Obama playing golf with Larry David?
But you also, but also, I mean, you act as if Jay Johnson, who is the person who controls the efforts for the United States, and Craig Fugate, who is by far one of the best FEMA directors we've ever. So they were there, so they don't feel forgotten. The resources that are there. Let me tell you something. Barack Obama has sent more resources as commander-in-chief than an 18-wheeler. So let's not get that confused.
Did you hear that? That outrage? 13 people had died, tragically. 13 people had died. And she's complaining that Obama went golfing. How's that ring in your ear as we sit here with 97,495 Americans dead from coronavirus and Donald Trump is golfing? Yesterday, the day before, golfing. 13, outrageous. 13 deaths. It is outrageous to hit the links. 100,000? We're going to be quiet about that. Disgusting. These people are shameless. And it is a problem. I'd love to know what you think. 714-576-4054. Thank you for joining me today. As often as you do, if you're not subscribed to the show, please click that subscribe button, the little bell that rings. If you want to be notified about my videos, click the bell. They're almost daily. And if you would like to support my independent work here on YouTube, click the little join button there. You can become a channel member. And for as little as $2 a month, you can become a channel member. Help support independent media voices like mine. If I'm not your flavor, which I get it, I'm not for everybody. But if there is an independent creator out there, I really believe, I'm passionate about it. I think it's important to support that person. If they bring more value to you than I do, that's very possible. Support that person. Throw them a couple bucks if you've got it, if you're in a position to do so every month. These times are precarious and we can't rely on corporate media really for too much. They have the access and that's great. So we have to rely on them for something, but independent media these days is very important. Anyway, I'll see you next time. I appreciate you guys. Be safe, be genuine, take care of one another.